Hello, Philippines! Hello, world! Welcome to the Institute of Global Professionals, where effective training and consultation is offered for free. I'm Juliet Dela Torre from City of Ugol Science and Arts Academy, Cebu, Philippines, your host for today. We are hoping that everyone will be associated with IGP as a global member. Please continue to be with us in all of our webinars. Check in IGP and recommend IGP to your friends and community, for I am sure you will learn from the different webinars we have. Each time, you can like and comment in our webinar. And don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends and community because we believe that power is gained by sharing knowledge, not by hoarding it. Now, before we start our program, let us learn more about IGP. Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institution that provides social work. We believe that it's not effective to increase our skills just by acquiring formal education. So, we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. IGP becomes the leading online skill development institute with thousands of learners worldwide. We organized our webinar training, offline and online courses by best of our trained speakers, coaches from all over the world to create the best learning platform for all of you. We expect that all webinars help you in your personal and professional growth, and we wish that you will stay with us in this long journey. So let me remind you again, don't forget to share, tag, and comment because your attachment encourages us to do better and provide quality service to all of you. Now let's start our program with IGP's mantra: feed your skills, innovate, inspire, impact. It's my honor and privilege to present to you all our 200 webinar entitled Healthy Living Equals Successful Living with the speakers Mary Rose and Maris Del Reo from Philippines. So, without further ado, let us welcome our first speaker, Miss Maris Del Reo from Philippines. She is a cum laude and a graduate of AB Communication major in journalism, a wellness coach, a digital entrepreneur, and a health advocate. So again, viewers, let's welcome our first speaker from the Philippines, Miss Maris Del Reo. Hi, Ma'am Maris. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, Ma'am, the floor is yours. Again, viewers, let's welcome our first speaker, Maris Del Reo. Hello, Ma'am Maris. Ma'am Maris, I think you are mute. We can't hear you.
Hello.
Oh, hello. There you are.
Hi. And I know that you are all so excited for tonight. And I hope that you could bear with some intermittent connections. And I hope it's not. Uh, mm. Hello. Hi. Listen, friends. Thank so much for bearing with us. A little bit of internet difficulty. I'm
Hi,
sure you'll be
ma'am.
learning
Still, you're choppy, ma'am. We cannot hear you clearly.
and see.
Okay. Everyone, please be with us. I think Mama Reese got a problem with her internet connection. So while waiting from Mama Reese, so again, let me remind you, please share IGP to your community, and don't forget to like and comment in our webinar. So we're hoping that you will be with us and stay with us with this 200 webinar till the end. Okay. So while waiting for Mama Reese, or for our speakers, I want you all to just comment in the chat box from where you are right now. Since Mama Reese is still having a problem with or fixing her connection, so let's just have a simple question. What is wellness from you? How important is wellness, rather, health and wellness? Okay, I think you can just comment in the chat box and I'm gonna read your comments. Okay, so I will check first my Facebook. So I'm going to wait for a while. Okay.
Hello, hi, ladies and gentlemen and friends.
Hi
I hope
there.
you're
Okay,
so
since
back.
Mom
Thank you so
Maurice
much.
has got a problem
Hi.
with
Can you hear me
her
well now?
internet connection, then we can have Mom Mary Rose. Mom Mary
Yes,
Rose,
sure.
our second speaker. Okay, the sister of
Definitely.
Mom Maurice. Okay, so thank you for bearing with us with some circumstances beyond our control. Okay, so our first speaker for this evening, still the sister of Mom Maris, Mom Meridos Del Rayo, a registered nutritionist, dietitian who graduated from University of Santo Tomas as cellular nutrition specialist. She is also a former traditional business owner, now venturing in digital business, and also a wellness coach. Okay, again, viewers, let's welcome our speaker, Ma'am Meridos Del Rayo from Philippines. Hi, Ma'am Mary and Ma'am Mary Rose. Are you twins? Okay. Oh, So I got confused now. Okay, who will be
Yeah.
the first
Anyhow,
speaker,
having
ma'am?
said that, I think I would love to
Is it Ma'am
actually
Maris or
see
Ma'am
if
Mary
it's
Rose?
already functioning. We can have the second one if it's already functioning now. Hi, ladies and gents, family and friends. Thank you so much for actually going with the flow because there can be like a stable like internet connection and it's not in our mercy for today. But I would love to also greet our family and friends around the world. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, Eds, Monica, Anne, and of course Donna and Princess. We are so welcome to be in here. And for tonight, let me know in the chat box if you can hear and see me well. Is my internet much better now? Hello? Hi.
Um,
How about now? Is it much better? I hope
yes,
so.
it's better.
Much better. All right. So now let's keep the ball rolling. So thank you so much for being here tonight as we proceed with our mantra for today. So at the end of the day, you know what, guys? It's very important we really see the light at the end of the tunnel because healthy living equals successful living. And I'm so privileged to share the stage with you our beautiful host Juliet, and in the Institute of Global Professionals, we are given the platform for us to echo optimal health and how we could provide solutions for us to really address the problems such as the pandemic and COVID, and how we
Yeah.
can be proactive and actually go out of the rut of the problem, right? So thank you so much for being here. And I'd like to shout out all of our family and friends. We have Sanjay in the house, we have Farilla, we have Halema and Lane. I think these are amazing, beautiful family and friends of ours from all around the world. And please do bear with me with a little bit of noise outside because I'm trying to really go with the natural noise. I hope that you could go with it. And now I'll be sharing my screen. Okay, let me know if I
Okay, ma'am.
can.
Please go on, ma'am.
You can view it. All right. I hope my internet connection can go with it because sometimes it could be very intermittent. All right. So I want to know who are you and from what country you're from. Probably others are from the Philippines, others are from Canada, others are from Dubai because we have different friends from every part of the world. So I know that you could really bear with us. So I know that all of you are very excited. So I hope whatever it is I will ask, feel free to do so because we will really have a lot of fun and a lot of realizations at the same time. So please do go on with the comment box section. I cannot see your beautiful faces, but at least I know that you can see me. All right. So thank you so
Okay,
much.
ma'am.
How about now?
Okay,
Are you
ma'am.
able to
Thank
see my
you. And welcome to
screen?
IGP.
Okay, thank you. For the okay, thank you. I know at IG very cool platform, and thank you so much that even though there has been like a technical difficulty, especially in the Philippines, and I can still cope up with it, but at least everyone is really happy. Have you had your dinner already? I hope so. Okay, that's good. So, just a little bit about me and my background. So, I graduated AB Communication major in journalism. Okay, who's from De La Salle here? Hi! If you're from De La Salle pa, could you please say hi? Kung taga Lasal kayo. And I'm also Harvard's Institute graduate. So that a business school online is really beautiful help when it comes to entrepreneurship. And luckily, we also own variety of businesses from English to especially from family who really fosters entrepreneurship. So I also was able to travel the world and was given the opportunity through Emirates Airline. So if ever you wanna travel, I mean, Emirates Airline is really one of the best thing that ever happened in my life. So one thing that I really love to do is to have this kind of leisure, to relax, so on and so forth. And what else? I love the fact that I always grow and share the platform with my family, with my friends and colleagues, being an international public speaker as well. So this gave me the opportunity to really hone my talent when it comes to speaking, when it comes to, of course, public performances in terms of speech and beyond. So if you are actually someone who would love to develop themselves, you could actually tap me as well. And more to that, I'm also grateful that I was given the platform and the opportunity to be blessed by my sister, Mary Rose, whom you will know later. She's a registered nutritionist and dietitian, and she truly taught me on how I can make myself at my best optimal health. So, would you agree that healthy living is successful living? Yes, right? I know that all of you are truly, truly blessed to be here because you will be talking about health, what it is like, the conditions of society, and how we can battle the problems as well. And I'm just really grateful that I'm able to realize this early on because the major fallback and the problem of the entire world is number one, into medical expense and job and business loss. This has been inevitable ever since because the impact of COVID tops up with having a lot of hospitalizations, a lot of bills that are not foreseen. So we have to make sure that we tighten our belts and also know more ways for us to generate even better income, right? Because it's not just enough for us to have our own stream of income, because having just one source of income is already a pandemic. And second, we have seen that there have been major job and business losses and so on and so forth. So we have to make sure that we really, really find ways because COVID is not going to say goodbye anytime soon, right? And this infographic just told us that many businesses, that many opportunities was already drained and melted because COVID-19 just showed what are the winning industries and what are the losing, such as the losing ones are in the tourism, aviation, some are in the field of education like schools, restaurants, while the ones that are winning are in the field of food, of personal and healthcare, in optimal health, agriculture. And that is something that we have to look at because at the end of the day, which industry are we going to be flourishing and one that we have to concentrate, right? And one thing that we have realized as well is that if we don't become proactive, there will always be a problem of a lot of layoffs, a lot of pandemic closure that brought a lot of problem when it comes to unemployment, right? Many people are still having a hard time that even though that they are vaccinated, there are still a lot of problems when it comes to the impact of their health, thus having a lot of side effects. And of course, having said that, it also brought a huge toll when it comes to our well-being, about our mindset, about our psychological terms. And of course, one thing that we have to note to that is that even though the best countries, just like Singapore, is having a hard time to cope, right? So this is actually a case recorded just today, right? Just today. And we have to take note that there are a lot of countries that are suffering, even the first world, such as the US. It says that the US COVID deaths surpassed the 675,000, higher than the 1918 flu pandemic. And what does it say? That whatever the things that we have to do is that we have to find better solutions because the pandemic already superseded other sickness that is recorded in the entire history. And that's very bothersome, right? And this one, this has been a major fact and major topic, that is what are the things that are happening inside the hospitals. Why is it that we cannot get inside news straight ahead? Because there's a lot of misinformation going in and round and about, that there are a lot of people that may misuse the health facilities or health benefits, such as degenerative disease, declaring it as COVID, even though it's not. Oh, that happened to a lot of my family and friends. But anyhow, we must always go to the truth and the silver lining, that at the end of the day, those problems in finances, those problems in our mental health, those problems when it comes to whatever factors in the industry, especially the medical industry, we have to have an open mind for us to see the truth, right? And what are the problems that pandemic gave as well? To education. we know that there's already like a trillion time of loss when it comes to the hours of learning in the classrooms, and that's so hard. I can always hear that there's a lot of moms and dads and even houses that are never the same again because homeschooling is not something that we used to do before, right? It's something that is really difficult. So at the same time, we would love to really see that there could be advancement when it comes to improving the health, because without which we have to still stay in our homes and still have the kind of homeschooling that is not that quality. And second, you will never know if the children are really doing their assignments. So who are the parents here? All right, so we have Cherry Yamaguchi. She says that pandemic affects the tourism industry big time. Right, I was in Emirates Airline, right? Okay, that was my company. I really love my company, but there's a lot of industries from the ships to cruises to airlines to hotels that really filed bankruptcy because of the pandemic itself. So we really have to make sure that, oh, what are the opportunities out there beyond the industry itself that we can do for us to thrive. And of course, we have to make sure and be aware that in this pandemic, many are suffering not just physical health, not just degradation of health, but also the mental health, feeling anxious, feeling lonely, feeling afraid. And that's okay, as long as, of course, we reach out to others and make sure that we recognize it, right? And don't forget to ask help. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are the real factors affecting the essential health interventions during the COVID-19 pandemic? There's always problem in supplies and demands because there's a loss of income. There's a lot of movement restrictions. There's a lot of concerns about COVID transmission. There's a lot of problems and shortage in supply chain, redeployment, unemployment, healthcare facility not being so accommodating, so on and so forth. So, what are the problems and a lot of social impact? In the Philippines, per se, there's a lot of ECQ, the quarantines here and there, and a lot of countries that are imposing stricter rules because at the end of the day, even though that they're opening, they have to close again because it's just really uncontrollable. And even the vaccines may help. Some things like studies emerge that vaccine can even further harm you, especially in the long term. So, as you can see, this infographic, right, there's a lot of costs when it comes to the testing, the treatment, and care specifically related to the COVID-19. And mind you, guys, these are not thoroughly researched, and billions are actually being used here. So, we have to really see the facts that there's huge toll when it comes to the environment and safety, the income, job security, the housing, transportation, etc., etc. And look at this fact that the COVID itself is not lessening. World Health Organization already told us that even though there's a lot of recovery, there's still a lot of deaths involved, and the cases are still rising, even to first world countries, to Europe as well, seeing that there's almost the problems are getting worse and worse. And in America, the economic fallout from COVID-19 continues to hit lower income Americans the hardest. So even though there are a lot of families that can really try to go and rise, but the truth is sometimes we have to look at the poverty line itself. There's a lot of third world countries who are suffering much more. And in America itself, just looking it into a year into the pandemic and looking long term, there's still a lot of financial impact that really lies heavily. And in terms of us, there's a lot of trillions of loans that our government has to suffer because really, they really spent a lot in vaccines and so on. But at the end of the day, we have hope. All right. At the end of the day, we have hope, and we could provide that amazing solution for us to be proactive and make our future pandemic proof. Because at the end of the day, these problems will always going to be piling up. until or unless we're gonna do something new, right? Next, would you agree, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, that optimal health is the foundation of everything? So, can I see new comments down there because I want to see more engagement? Okay, so thank you for thank you. Okay, very true. All right, thank you for of course sharing your own comments. All right. So one thing that I would love to really emphasize here is that even though that we're having lots of problems and downturns that pandemic comes and pandemic did, I would love to share that there's a great news, a great news that really, when it comes to solving the world's problem that is about health, what can solve it is about optimal health or health itself as well. But the health approach that we're gonna do is something that is proactive, something that is effective, and something that could give you long term solutions to the pandemic problems that just arise. So, I would love to say that really optimal health is the foundation of everything, and we always have to learn that. Imagine a building being built, and for instance, the Burj Khalifa as the highest building in the entire world. They really built the foundation very well. So just in case they'll really build it, and if it's the highest peak, whatever happens, it will not be shaken. So it's very much true that if we take care of our health, no matter what happens, even though there will be viruses, there will be more complications, there's a big way for us to fight it much better. And imagine that when we are in optimal health and we are in vital health, we will be achieving and enjoying our dreams. Because how can we enjoy our dreams back if we are lying in bed sick? How can we go to places, for example, me, I love to travel to places that I want to travel. If I'm lying sick in bed, if I have COVID, I will be quarantined like for months, especially now that the COVID is getting harsher and harsher, right? Would you agree with me? Okay. So thank you so much for engaging, because only in the chat box I can see your comments. Thank you so much. All right. Next. So at the end of the day, we're able to give the platform to educate continually across the globe. And later you will hear straight from Mary Rose on how we create a massive impact and create solutions and provide platforms for leadership, for collaborations, for us to educate the entire multitude on how they can really find solutions towards health. Because indeed, your health is the most important asset and your best investment. So, after which, I would love to give the floor to our next speaker, who is none other than Coach Mary Rose Del Rio, and she is a registered nutritionist and dietitian and graduated in the Pontifical Royal University of Santo Tomas, a neurolinguistic master practitioner, and also a millennial entrepreneur. So I hope that you'll be able to learn more from her, the key strategies and ways for you to maximize the time for you to prove that we can really go out of this pandemic strong and great, and of course growing and thriving. And now I would love to give it back to the host as we transition to our next speaker. Juliet, I'm not sure if I can hear you though.
Okay, sorry, I'm mute. Okay,
Awesome,
again, ma'am.
you're
Ma'am Maris, thank
gorgeous.
you so much for a very captivating topic about health and wellness. Indeed, your health is the most important asset and your best investment. Okay, so without further ado, let's have Ma'am Mary Rose, the sister of Ma'am Maris.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Miss Juliet, for having me. So, Coach Mary is earlier
Welcome,
to
Ma'am.
us, right? That, yeah, can you hear me? I hope I'm clear.
Yes, Ma'am. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, loud and clear. All right, great evening, everyone. Please, everyone,
Oh,
you're
it's
currently
choppy now.
learning. Yeah, how about right now? I'm good. Am I back? Hello, Miss Juliet, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Now we can hear you.
There we go. So apologies for that, some technical difficulties. Currently, the internet connections really here in the Philippines is somewhat challenging, but I hope you can be able to hang on right with us. So currently, earlier, Coach Maris was able to currently update us, right, or share with us the current challenges that we are in. But don't worry, every problem has a solution, right? So can we all type solution in our comment section, because in this time of pandemic, we have to be proactive, right? So we have to be very proactive in this time of pandemic. Right now, I will be sharing my screen so that I will get to share with you guys how we can be more proactive in this time of pandemic. So, Miss Juliet, I hope my screen is on.
Yes, ma'am. You can share your screen now, ma'am.
Yes, I'm currently sharing it right now. Can you see it?
No, we can't see anything, ma'am, in your screen.
Okay, let me reshare it. All right. All right, there you go.
Okay, we will wait for that, ma'am.
If you have any question or clarifications, guys, feel free to comment below, and probably we will get more time later to address all those. So yes, Miss Juliet, are you seeing right now my screen?
Yes, ma'am. We can see your screen now.
All right, there you have it. So once again, guys, in continuation with what Coach Maris has mentioned earlier, no, currently we are having a lot of challenges in this time of pandemic, but take time to pause and ask yourself, right? Why are you here and what do you really need? Because it's a matter of really entertaining of these challenges will stop you from moving forward in life, or we will be, overwhelmed with all of these and just, stay where we are or move forward. So kindly type in the comment section below, why are you here and what do you need as of the moment? Would you want to be healthier? Are you missing to travel right now? Do you want to be more financially stable, or do you want to own your time? If that is all, then you can type 1, 2, 3, 4, or probably certain numbers, right? So definitely, just like all the people that we have, thousands of people we have helped here in the Philippines and in other countries across the globe, definitely we can help you. But for that to happen, I hope you will be engaged throughout our webinar, all right? And you will be keying in there what you really need as of the moment. So I am a nutritionist dietitian by profession. This has been my background prior to the business venture we are in right now. So this has been my background, a nutritionist dietitian from the University of Santo Tomas. But at a very young age, I am very much exposed already to the two worlds of employment and entrepreneurship. So probably to all our viewers right now, kindly share in the comment section below, what is your profession, right? Are you an educator, an engineer, a health expert, or a health professional like me? So kindly share in the comment section, what keeps you busy even this time of pandemic, or what is your current source of income? Because prior to the business venture we are in right now, this has been my background. Okay, so I don't have any business background, or let's say I did not graduate with a BS entrepreneurship or something like that. But I really wanted, I really saw the difference between the world of business and employment, right? So the difference between the two, the advantages and disadvantages or so. So throughout this journey, I am really in search of how can I level up, my life from where I've been before to the path really that I'm looking forward to have. So if you're someone like me that you also would like to level up in whatever particular situation of your life right now, can you type level up in the comment section below? So right now, I'm a wellness coach, and yes, there is a solution where you can level up even in this time of pandemic. So for the few minutes that you will be hearing from me, we will be sharing to you guys how you can be healthy even in this time of pandemic, not just financially, but also physically, which we know is the very foundation of our wealth. So earlier, Coach Maris has mentioned why are we financially struggling, right? So probably for most of you guys, you have been working for what? 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or probably more than that. And at this moment, you might be feeling, oh, why is it that still I am struggling even if I have been working so hard for several years already. So what keeps you stuck? Right? So there are several factors in our life that we are, missing out when it comes to um, addressing it, okay, for us to further level up in life. So one of those is by acknowledging the fact that the leading cause of bankruptcy are medical expense and just or business loss. So meaning no matter how much savings or no matter how much millions you have in your bank right now, in just a span of minutes, that can be totally gone just because you're not taking care or you're not proactive when it comes in your health right now. And at the same time, a lot of people, yes, you might have jobs or businesses right now, but the question is it growing even at times of pandemic? So how would you know if your income right now can grow even at times of crisis if your source of income is related in here, or you can find it here in those potential winners, right? So primarily if you are in the business of health or online, right? So in this case here in the Philippines, right, we have had tremendous inflation. I believe it's not just here in our country, but also across the globe, right? So right now you have to take a pause and see if ponder upon if your cash flow is also increasing, because if the expenses will continue to increase and your cash flow doesn't, then definitely you will be in debt in no time, right? So just to have a bit of a refresher for you guys, my question now for you is, will the current will you let the current challenges stop you from achieving the life you desire for your family, right? So sorry for the typo on that, but the question there is, will your current challenges stop you from achieving the life you desire for your family? So for example, you have these goals right now and you haven't achieved it yet. So I have here the counterpart that's a million in peso, and I also indicated in there the dollars equivalent, because I know that we have viewers from different parts of the globe. So supposing that these is your goal right now, this is actually a very basic goal for any human being, right? So that can be a condo or a house, owning a car, and having a savings. That's not really a luxury, right? That's a very basic human need, especially if you're about to have your family. So more or less, you have that at least you're supposed to have at least 9 million, right, in savings for you to have that, right? So in relation to the kind or the source of income that you're having and the savings that you're putting aside, for you to achieve this kind of goal, you should be saving right now at least 40,000 peso a month for you to achieve that 9 million peso in what, in 20 years time, right? So that amount of savings here in the Philippines is actually huge already, right? But the question right now is, are you saving that much, right? And if you're saving that much, will you wait for 20 years for you to have this kind of lifestyle, right? Isn't it too long, or is it really challenging for you to have this amount of savings? Okay, so I know right now it's kind of you're having a lot of questions in your mind. How can I be able to have this amount of savings? How can I be able to have this kind of life? So this is the reality right now. The average income here in the Philippines is more or less, let's say $500. So let's see if this is enough, right? Because when you're having this much income, usually it looks big already, right? But if you will actually take a look at this, right? So if you're having 25,000 savings, so that goes, or income rather, that goes directly to your basic needs. So how about, and eventually, of course, as we know, there is inflation. So it will continue, the prices of those will continue to rise up. And it's not just that. The prices doesn't just rise, like but you would also have more and more expenses. Okay, that's why you need to ask yourself, right? Is having one source of income right now really enough? Okay, so definitely, just like what Warren Buffett said, if your salary is your only source of income, you're one step away from poverty, right? So what is the solution? Okay, having a digital business right now is one of the key solutions that we need for us to continue to thrive in this time of pandemic. A kind of business that will give you, right, the leverage income. Okay, so probably for some of you guys, some of these terms are not so familiar to you, and it's totally okay, right? Because just like me, I have been also, just like you, attending this kind of seminars and webinars, educating myself, right? How can I be better? How can I further level up? So the few minutes that we are currently broadcasting is not enough actually for you to sink it in. What does it mean really by having this kind of leverage income, which can make you thrive in this time of pandemic? So don't worry, you can actually get connected further with us in our Facebook page and attend our live webinars for you to learn more about, okay, and how these leverage income can keep your family thriving in this time of pandemic. So the question right now is, what is the best pandemic or crisis proof business, right? So we can have a lot of sources of income in this time of, or kind of business or business venture in this time of pandemic, but how will you know if you have found the one? All right, so I'm just so grateful that just like most of you guys, I have been keep on attending financial literacy or any webinar when it comes to personality development. And one of the things that I've learned from the speaker is that when you are actually wanting to venture into business, you would want to tick off the criteria of 21st century business, right? So this is exactly the criteria that I used also when I ventured into this kind of business that we are in right now. So according to that one speaker, he's actually a billionaire. So definitely he is someone that you would like to listen to, right? So yes, I had that keen ears. Okay, what is this 21st century business all about? Will this make me thrive in this time of pandemic? So I'm grateful that yes, it made our family thrive, and it's not just my family, but also thousands of families across the globe. So what I'm saying here is that if you would really listen keenly, then your family can definitely thrive too in this time of pandemic. So first, you have to check on your business if you have a very unique consumable product, and is it something of the highest quality. So how would you know if your product is relevant? So according to Paul St. Pilser, who is a world economist, your business right now, number one, should be in health and wellness. So just like this type of nutritionals that we have in here. So something that is essential. Can you type essential and relevant in this time of pandemic? Yes, definitely. So one industry that is very, very relevant right now is in the field of health and wellness. Something that is very essential for us to stay healthy. So I'm sure you guys wanting to maintain the quality of your health, if you have certain health concerns right now, I'm sure you would want to manage your health concerns. So according to Dr. Linus Pauling, almost all diseases come from a nutrient deficiency. So as a nutritionist dietitian, this is something that resonated to me the most because actually, guys, even before pandemic, health has been really a major problem to us. So how can we provide solutions to families, okay, by understanding first the fact that what is the root cause of all these problems? So one of the root causes of health is the kind of lifestyle that you are in. So number one is the kind of genes that you were able to inherit, plus stress, pollution, etc. So I believe most of us are very much exposed to these things. So it means that every day we get exposed with these free radicals. So the question is, how do we get to counteract, right? How do we get to manage and take control of these circulating free radicals, which actually destroys your cells? So my question for you guys is, where are you getting your antioxidants? How much fruits and vegetables are you eating daily? Probably that's something that you can also share in our comment section. And also, even if you are taking your fruits and vegetables daily, the question is, are you really sure that you are getting what you need? are the nutrients that you're getting from the fruits and vegetables would make you healthy for the rest of your life, right? Because as you have been hearing from the news, you need vitamins and minerals, vitamin D, C, E, folate, and all that. So this is a webinar that I've attended from a pediatrician here in the Philippines, Dr. Melina Di Cueco, who mentioned that the nutrients that you need for you to get the optimal level of nutrients that you need daily, you have to consume this much of fruits and of food, right? So, for example, vitamin C. Can you eat 17 pieces of kiwi, 16 oranges, etc.? For you to get vitamin B6, you have to eat 41 bananas, 38 potatoes. Those are a lot, right? So it's not practical really for you to just get all the vitamins and minerals that you need solely from food. So what's the solution right now? So that's where proper supplementation comes into place. But take note that not all supplements are created equal, right? We have what we call the pharmaceutical grade supplements. So if you would want to have the best quality life possible, then you also need what we call the highest quality form of food and nutritionals that you have to take in, that you have to give to your family. So what is the best right now? Can you type the best in the comment section below? So what is the best nutritionals that we can find in the market? That's what you call pharmaceutical grade kind of nutritionals. But who does create one? Okay, and what is the concept of this pharmaceutical grade supplements or nutritionals? When you say pharmaceutical grade, this is something that is in relation to cellular nutrition. So it means that you have to feed your cells, okay, with the right nutrients so that you get to enjoy a better quality of life. Okay, so we are actually in search of where can we get this until this man has really inspired me. So as you can see, he is very credible. Dr. Myron Wentz, an award-winning scientist, microbiologist, and immunologist, right? He's very much alive until now, right? So he is actually the founder of this pharmaceutical grade kind of nutritional. He's a scientist, and there was this third-party study, right, wherein more than 1,000 brands of nutritionals voluntarily participated for them to be tested on the 18 criteria test. And because of these expertise and these passion of Dr. Myron Wentz, we are at the top of the market right now. So it really is something that is the highest quality, right? Of we have right now the highest quality and relevant product. So what I'm very much impressed about this, we are also listed in major medical publications. So you are sure that this is very safe and effective, given the fact that a lot of personalities, such as Dr. Mehmet Oz, who is a famous cardiologist and doctor in the United States of America, has partnered with this amazing pharmaceutical company, right? Teaming up to fight obesity, and in which Philippine Sports Commission has also partnered up with this cellular nutrition company. So very, very credible, right? So we have just checked off the first check. Okay, first check. On the first part, we have just tackled that yes, we are a very unique, consumable, relevant, and a product with the highest quality. So let's see if this kind of company is financially stable, because yes, we are New York Stock Exchange listed. So if you are to partner up, right, or do a business, oh, with a do business, when you are to partner with a company and do business with them, you have to make sure that they have already passed, a lot of storms. So this kind of this cellular nutrition company is actually 30 years right now, and yes, we are listed in New York Stock Exchange. So if a company, this billion-dollar company, is actually listed in New York Stock Exchange, meaning that you're very strong. A lot of, we have passed already a lot of crisis, and even in this time of pandemic, you have stayed very, very strong, relevant, and profitable. So yes, you're a long term. We are also trusted by a lot of billionaires. So are we borderless? Yes, because we are present not just here in the Philippines, but also across different countries. That's why right now we have a lot of associates, partners, business partners, and people that we are getting to help with when it comes to their health and finances across the globe, right? So, Are we also profitable, recession proof online? Well, these are just some of the results that I'm sharing to you right now, but just a disclaimer that the results that I'm sharing to you are dependent on your commitment and effort work, right? So some this industry that we are in, by the way, is something that you would have an online access. So probably you are thinking right now, why would I venture in this kind of industry? Well, when I have started venturing in this kind of industry, it has given me a lot of great blessings. It has created a positive, huge impact, not just for me, but also to the thousands of families that we get in touch with. So why venture into health and digital business? As for my family, this has helped us to be healthy, right? Give us that health and time freedom. And the great thing about here, you are not alone. So a lot of business owners right now, yes, you might have the idea and the money, but if you are totally alone when it comes to your business, then chances are it will be very challenging for you if there is no person to guide you and if you don't have a proven system which can make your business work. So what's great about here is that you are not alone. Yes, we have a proven system already. We have coaches and mentors that can guide you along the way, right? You don't have to pay for any business consultants. We get to save lives, prevent suffering. So these are just some of the things that I personally appreciate that I cannot find in other sources of income. You have free trainings, you get to experience continuous growth, just like what the um, business gurus are saying and those successful people. If you're not growing, you're dying, right? So also you get to experience to help a lot of people, social impact, right? So with this kind of venture, we get to also experience perks, privileges, like even in a pandemic, we get to be with positive and growth oriented peer group, right? So what if you don't have any sales or business background? That's totally fine, because just like these business partners of ours, they are young entrepreneurs, athletes, accountants, teachers, mompreneurs. So yes, they have varied industries, and yet they were able to see and appreciate what it means to have a healthy living, means successful living, right? So regardless any background that you are, yes, healthy living can be a way for you to have a successful living. So right now, I'm currently sharing to you guys some of people across the globe that were able to empower, inspire, and empower because of this amazing opportunity that we are in. So my question for you right now, what is your situation? Do you have the help that you want? Do you already have the income that you think you truly deserve? Are you living the life of your dreams? Because if it's not yet, then you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Can you type start in the chat, in the comment section? So the owner of Virgin Group, Richard Branson, said, if somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not totally sure you can do it, just say yes, then learn how to do it later. So just like us, we are in the same position as you guys, wanting to level up in life, having that a lot of challenges. But the thing is, when it comes to opportunities, especially when it comes to opportunities like this that are very logical, relevant, and can help empower a lot of people around the globe, then we just said yes and learn later, right? So then again, you starting today, you are giving actually yourself and your family a huge favor for you to save you and your loved ones from the leading causes of bankruptcy, which are medical expense and jobs or business losses. Because if you're not going to be proactive when it comes to taking care of your health right now, and at the same time having this additional source of income that will make you venture into health and digital business, then it will be a huge challenge for you to thrive in this pandemic. But saying yes, can we all type yes in the comment section below? Yes, you are giving yourself and your family a huge favor for you to be saved even in this time of pandemic. So we have helped thousands of people across the globe. Definitely, we can help you as well. So how for you to learn more about this great opportunity, kindly get in touch with us. Type and we have this Facebook page. It's at Coach Eminem 2020, so that we can also educate, inspire, and empower you even in this time of pandemic. So we have this program. What you will do will be learning from our Facebook page, aside from learning more about us, is we have this regular episode. It's called Wellness Wednesdays every 5 p.m. PA time, wherein you get to learn from the real life experiences of these people. So just like, for example, Dr. Cha Avila, an orthopedic surgeon, is one of our business partners and currently also appreciating having health and digital business. These are some of our engineer Jared, a millennial entrepreneur who actually was able to resign from his job after just 3 months of experiencing a financial freedom from this venture. Also, a traditional business owner. So, in here, once again, we get to inspire and empower lives and families for you to continue to thrive even in this time of pandemic. So I'm sure you have a lot of questions and clarifications right now. So if we don't have much time, so then again, guys, get in touch in our Facebook page, and definitely we are very excited to help you level up in this time of pandemic. Back to our host, Miss Juliet. Miss Juliet, I think I'm not hearing you. Good, ma'am. Hello, Miss Juliet. Can you hear me? Miss Juliet, can you unmute yourself? You're currently muted.
Oh, sorry. I am
Right,
muted
there you
again.
go.
Ma'am, Ma'am Mary Rose, thank you so much for that fantastic presentation and interesting story. So I believe you are able to give a beautiful insight on this topic and that the participant got an important takeaways on that topic. Thank you so much, Ma'am. We will have you again in our Q&A portion. So thank you so much for sharing your valuable time and your knowledge with us today. So again, before moving to our next speaker, once again, I want to remind you all to please support us with your like, tag, comment, and mention your friends. For your certificate, just click the given link pinned in the comment box or directly logged into our website www.eduigp.com, and you will need a code to collect your e-certificate, which will be shared only after our live broadcast. So after collecting your e-certificate, don't forget to celebrate with IGP by checking in and recommend IGP to your friends and community. Together, let's explore, learn, and grow with our webinar training. So, at this juncture, everyone, viewers, I am inviting you all to join our quiz competition for this evening. And to those who got a top 10, you can receive certificate from IGP. So, just Okay, here are the joiners for our quiz competition for tonight. Okay, we have Norhamida M. Emo, Leonisha Sumikad, Maria Elena Beltran, Joel Bernasor. So again, to those who have not joined, log in to www.slido.com with a code on all capital letters IGP quiz, or just click the link in the comment box and you will be redirected to the slido.com, and you need a code IGP quiz. Okay, so these are the joiners: Paul C. Sepres, GCM Manalo, Jennifer Gutierrez, CM Borromeo, Maricel Aguas, Rayo Marquez, Elvina Montalban, Nelia Sostino, Edward Awas, Cherry S. Torotoro, Evelyn Waperi, Maria Fesi Guerra. We have Janica Cochoco, Reniel Jad Arciga, Esther Muguer, Maricel Agnas, Farella Rasaje, Pearl Ann. Okay. Join us at slido.com with the code hashtag IGP quiz. And you can get a certificate if you are the top 10 of this quiz. Okay. Still, we have 77 joiners. Please join now. Crystal Jeca Farlas Navarro. We have Rio Marquez, Ariel B. Mabansag, Richard Daniel Puno. Okay, here is the question. First question: does healthy, active living improve lifestyle or increase lifespan, or both? Again, does healthy, active living improve lifestyle or increase lifespan, or both? Okay, the correct answer for this question is both. Healthy, active living improve lifestyle and increase lifespan. So the lead is: do all living things have DNA? Yes or no? Again, the second question: do all living things have DNA? Is it a yes or no? And the answer for this question is it's a yes. All living things have DNA. So, Norhamida, Emo, leading. What creates healthy, active living? Is it being active and eating unhealthy? Or eating nutritiously, balancing stress, and being active? Again, what creates healthy, active living? Being active and eating unhealthily, or eating nutritiously, balancing stress, and being active? So, what would be the correct answer for this question? And the correct answer is eating nutritiously, balancing stress, and being active. Now let's move on. Okay, Nurhamida Emo still leading. So the fourth question: what do you think is healthy living? Is it working out every day and not drinking water? Or a balanced diet and a happy and healthy heart? Again, what do you think in healthy living? Working out every day and not drinking water, or a balanced diet and happy and healthy heart? Okay, so the correct answer is it's a balanced diet and a happy and healthy heart. Leading again, Nurhamida Emo. So the fifth question is: what are some reasonable goals for healthy, active living? Is it sleeping at least 8 hours a night, or sleeping under 4 hours in a night? What are some reasonable goals for healthy, active living? Sleeping at least 8 hours a night, or sleeping under 4 hours a night? The correct answer for this question is sleeping at least 8 hours a night. Okay, leading again, Norhamida Emo. Sixth question: any large or small living thing, is it a creature or nature? Again, any large or living or small living thing, a creature or nature? The correct answer for this question is creature. Any large of small living thing is creature. Okay. Leading again. Oh, Locardo. Magdaraog. Leading for this question. A normal, healthy nail surface is blank, is white and opaque, or is shiny and smooth. A normal, healthy nail surface is white and opaque, or is shiny and smooth. And the correct answer is shiny and smooth. So there are 93 out of 99 got the correct answer. Leading is no non-laton. A healthy diet will not help with pain management. Is it true or false? A healthy diet will not help with pain management. Is it true or false? What would be the correct answer for this question? Okay, the correct answer is false. Next question. Leading Ariel B. Mabansag. The ninth question is, what is healthy snack for adolescents? Is it a yogurt or Pepsi? What is healthy snack for adolescents? A yogurt or Pepsi? And the answer is, of course, it's a yogurt. Okay, the leading Ariel Mabansag. The last question for today's quiz. The foods we need to eat and the most in a healthy diet are fruit, vegetables, and bread or rice, or milk or dairy and fats and sweets. Okay, the answer is, of course, fruits or vegetables and bread or rice. Congratulations, Ariel B. Mabansag, the top one for the quiz competition for tonight. Again, congratulations to all the winners for the top 10. We have first Ariel Mabansag, second, Noong Laton, third, Rosseler Cabasag, fourth, Ricardo Magdaraog, fifth, Farilia Risaje. Sixth, we have Paul C. Cyprus. In the seventh place, we have Elias Austria. In the eighth place, we have Amelin A. Katubay. In the ninth place, we have Richard Daniel Puno. In the 10th place, we have Shirley De Vera Fernandez. Congratulations to all the top 10 winners for today's quiz. Quiz competition. So they are, wait, oh, sorry, 10 over 10. Shirley Fernandez. All of them got the, oh, wow. Until 34th place all got perfect. They just differ in time. 10 points from first until, yes, only that time. I think the internet connection would matter to this to this quiz competition. So imagine there are 34 who got perfect. But first answer, or the first who got the answer. Okay, now let's move on to our next portion for our webinar tonight. And this is the Okay, welcome back, our speakers. Mom
Hi.
Mary,
Hello.
Maurice Del
Thank you
Rio,
so
and
much.
Mom Mary Rose. Oh, Mom Mary
We are
Rose.
doing great. Once again, we're already here again in the house to
Welcome back
actually
again,
have
Mom Maurice.
our Q&A. I'm so excited. Let's
Yes.
go.
Yes, there you have it, Mom Mary
I
Rose.
think the questions are.
Okay, the first
Hello, hello. I'm
question
back.
to Maurice Del Rio. How has pandemic affected life coaches, psychologists, and wellness coaches? What are their struggles in terms of what they do? Were they potential winners or losers?
All right. Thank you so
Memories?
much, Faruz, to your awesome question. Thank you so much. I love it. One thing that I love about the pandemic is that how you can see it. I think it's also a matter of perspective, number one. And number two, I think the psychologists and coaches themselves have the greater advantage because they're the most needed professionals as far as I know. Apart from teachers and doctors, they're also one of the most in demand and has always been, right? In this pandemic, many more emerged to be inclined in psychology, into wellness, because people really need it. People need more help when it comes to their well-being, how they think, and because people are into a lot of depression, a lot of negative thinking, they play a huge role for them to make sure that these people who are very much affected could have help. You know how it's very important for them to have support, for them to have love, ears to hear, and care for them. So I can say that they may be having less struggles. Probably they are not so much in the entire world. So I think they need to have more like available psychologists and more coaches, because at the end of the day, most of the coaches that I know, sometimes they say that I'm fully booked. Those could be the challenge, or sometimes I don't have the time that I should give to this person, because there's a lot of people who are suffering in the pandemic. I always say, why is it that the virus is so fast that the coaches and some wellness and even the medical practitioners are outnumbered? Because people who are being affected by the pandemic, whether physically, financially, emotionally, or socially, is much more compared with the coaches. So I can say at the end of the day, it's more in the potential winners, because they benefit a lot in terms of monetary, in terms of help. They are really in demand. So we are in the winning facet of life and industry. Thank you, Feroz. I hope
Thank
that
you,
I was able
Memories.
to impart with you.
Okay, another question from Sir Feroz Akbarov to Mom Mary Rose Del Rio. Are supplements equal replacement for organic fruits, vegetables, and other kinds of food in terms of nutrient and deficiency?
Yes, so part of healthy lifestyle. So there has to be what we call the 5 pillars of health. Okay, so there has to be the exercise, the and then you have your food, proper food, right? Yeah, the stress management, and lastly, what we call the pharmaceutical grade or pharmaceutical grade or platinum grade kind of supplementation. Is to equally replace. So it has to be in combination with it. So if you're taking supplement, that doesn't mean that you have to be totally remove your fruits and vegetables, because it has to be get to be a part of your healthy plate, right? So it's just that having the right combination. Actually, this is something we're very particular, right? As a nutritionist, dietitian, and it's very, very important that you get to have the right combination and the right dosages, rather, of the nutrients that you need. So first, because on our case, we are identifying first. We're assessing what is your age, what is your health profile, what's the nature of your lifestyle, basically. Then from there, we get to have what we call personalized nutrition. Okay, so basically, eating fruits and vegetables alone does not really make you satisfy. It doesn't satisfy the nutrients that you all need optimally at optimal level. That's why you need quality and what we call pharmaceutical grade supplementation at that, to prevent deficiencies. Yes. Mm-mm. Shopee. Am I clear, Miss Juliet? Mm-mm.
Yes, you're choppy a little bit. Okay, but that's okay. Okay, we heard another question from Ramirez Martinez. To both speakers, how important is self perception to mental well being of a person and achieving his or her goal? Thank you. So, I think
All
Mama Reese.
right. Thank you. I love that. So thank you so much, Ida Ramirez Martinez. Pang beauty queen ang name niya. I love it. So of course, it's very important for us to have self-perception because it's everything. Who you see yourself is what you believe, and who you see yourself is what you'll become. It's very important that every day you can really see a champion. Imagine this story of a cat seeing herself as a lion, right? And the most important thing about
Yes.
that is no matter how hard life is, we always look at the silver lining. Imagine how pandemic already take a toll when it comes to health, when it comes to, like, let's say, challenges. I know that we could always have a face that the COVID numbers are increasing, but what we can do, like for me, I really think pandemic is something that I can improve myself. Let's say more than K dramas, I read books. Read books that can nourish my soul. More than whatever activities that will not give great things to me, like let's say self development, I go for exercise instead of binge eating. People can be fat or have weight loss in the pandemic, but I choose to have food that could really power me up instead of drain me, because I love sweets. Okay, I love sweets, and sometimes, whatever is in the fridge you'll just get. But for me, I would like to discipline myself in terms of how I eat, how I dress up, because for me, I always dress up in my business attire. I don't just do half dressing, I do full dressing, so I'll feel that I'm really, really up in my game. And of course, lastly, is that at the end of the day, you really have to be intentional of your self-talk. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, especially when you're at home. Do your best to love your parents or even your pets, even though that they're at war. So at the end of the day, no matter how chaotic your environment is, you have to be your best self and be in your cocoon of being at peace. And at the end of the day, we have a big God. We have a big God who can see everything. So make sure that you thank God, meditate, you pray, and you do everything that could make you feel and look your best because you deserve it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mama Reese. Do you have something to add, Mom Mary Rose, about this question from Mom Ida?
Yes, definitely. I would like to yes, I would like to affirm what has mentioned, right? So even though there are challenges around, number one is to, even though, you know, people around you doesn't believe, hey, it's okay, it's possible for you to do this, do that. It's possible for you to have an abundant life or a better life, even in times of crisis. What you believe is most important. So that's why it's at the very start of the day, there is what we call priming. So you have really to surround yourself positive environment and positive people. That's why our Facebook page is definitely there. You can get connected with us so that we can give you the kind of platform which will continue to empower you and keep you be self-motivated. And that is, of course, very important for your mental well-being and achieving your goal. So there. Mm-mm.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma'am Mary Rose. Again, another question from Ma'am Mardelis Quadjutor. What are the biggest challenges to starting an online business as what you had mentioned earlier, Ma'am Mary Rose?
Number one, in any venture that you are in, whatever source of income do you have to see challenges as growth opportunities. So then again, regardless of whatever venture you are in, regardless of whatever source of income that you have to acknowledge first that there will always be challenges. And see challenges as growth opportunities. You cannot avoid that. As for the business venture or online business that we are in, well, probably challenges would be that you're dealing with a lot of handling dealing with the having a healthy relationship amongst different is something that you can learn along the way, right? And probably one thing also is that Filipinos are very family oriented. So even though since it's online, right, very rare that we get to see each other, or for those also Filipinos to it's across the globe or first time to get to meet to online. So we're totally strangers. So one of the challenges probably would be to build trust. Yes, to build trust in online world, because us Filipinos, right, we easily be close to one another when we usually get to see each other and all that, right? But then again, yeah, it's one of those. But of course, if since because of the credibility that we have and the support that we have been consistently to them, so it has been a challenge that we over time we overcome. Yes.
Okay. We have another question from Merafi Timbang to both speakers. During this pandemic, it seems people can't actually live a healthy living because they have no jobs. What can you suggest or advise to ease the pain in their lives? Okay, Mama Reese?
Definitely. You know what? I agree that there's always resourcefulness. That's the word that will keep us going. I know that at the end of the day, there are a lot of families, or let's say people who are unemployed. So, one thing, they have to take action. I think it's all about our responsibility that we don't just, wait for the government. Let's say the relief operations, or what we call ayuda, just for us to survive. Well, that's good if ever for a short time. But for our families to be really responsible, we have to make sure that we really maximize our resources. Even planting. Who loves planting here? Not just the plantitos and plantitas, but planting food, right? We actually have a partnership with Department of Agriculture that they emphasize that you can plant in your tires, spare tires, in your shoes, old shoes, in the sacks, whatever it is that you can dig a hole and put a hole, right? And put your vegetables there. And what are seeds anyhow? For you to cultivate your own vegetables and fruits. That way you could save money, and as well as make sure that you really of course give time to look for a job or business opportunity, because there's a lot of business opportunity out there that you can start in a minimal capital, and as well as make sure that you will be even having more income than your previous job, because at the end of the day, job security is never promised. So becoming unemployed is never an option, but you looking for it and doing your best to find a solution will really be given a fair chance for you to thrive. There's no such thing as you cannot do anything. What I know is everything is possible. We have a big God. All you have to do is to really look for it, find the right opportunity, be mentored by the right people, and even though whatever status you are, you could truly emerge as a champion. Thank you. I hope that helps.
Thank you, Memories. Okay, again, how about you, Mom Mary Rose? Do you have something to add with that question?
Yes, right, definitely. I think this all boils see healthy living as a something to, something to practice, even though we have this a lot of financial challenges. So one thing is for your perspective, and one thing is very, very important. So the question right is, can we still practice healthy living even if we don't have jobs and all? So it means that you are seeing, let's say, yeah, the financial challenge as something to overcome, right? So number one, we have to acknowledge that everyone has a price. If you want to be healthy, or if either you get sick, both of them has a price. But as we know, getting sick is more expensive, right? So it means that either of which you get something, either of which you'll act upon it. Okay, every time we get to be presented with either emergency or opportunity, okay, usually the reflex or the response of people, even if, let's say, um, I have known some families, they're not really, financially okay right now, but even there are emergencies that has to be addressed. Like, for example, they have an elderly that has to go to the ICU right away, even though they don't have much finances. At the end of the day, they can do something about it, right? So the concern is, why would you wait for that scenario to happen if you can actually prevent it with healthy living, which is more affordable than getting sick, right? So it means that regardless, your financial situation right now is really not a problem. It's more of, you really need to add, okay, you really need to add additional source of income for you to address your needs. And being healthy is just the foundation. You have to acknowledge that no matter how much willingness you would want to put in, no matter how much willingness you would want to provide for your family, but if you're lying sick on your bed just because you are not able to have that quality health or that quality nutrition, then at the end of the day, you're gonna regret it, and you're just gonna say to yourself, I could have availed the best quality lifestyle possible, right? So yeah, you really need to work on and adding an additional more sources of income for you to be able to start getting healthy needs. If not, then you have to pay the price, the worst case scenario. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much to our dear speakers, lovely speakers from Philippines, Mom Maris and Mom Mary Rose Del Rio. Hope to have you here again in our future webinars. Bye. Bye, Mom Maris, Mom Rio. Okay,
Bye. Take care,
we have
everyone.
here, okay, bye-bye. We have here different announcement. Our certification process. We have step 2, certification link. Our certification process can you can claim your certificate in two ways. Direct link from comment box pinned in comment post description, or if you're not able to click the link, please directly browse www.eduigp.com. For all information together, find today's program, then the process are the same. So here is the step 3 in our certification process. You can browse our website www.eduigp.com, or given link you will be directed on this page. So we have also a YouTube link. You can watch in our YouTube channel. So if you are new, click enroll in the right corner, then create your account. If you have an account, then log in directly. After that, find the seminar title and get enrolled. Here's a sample on the screen. Okay, the certification code of our today's program, Healthy Living equals Successful Living. IGP 0103. Without code, no one is eligible for certificates. With this code, you can claim your certificates anytime. So you can have the screenshot for the code so that you can get your certificate in our website, or just click the link on the comment box. So if you have already the code, you can log into our website, and then you will be directed, then type the code and get your certificate. So the code is important in getting your certificate. The sample of our certificate. Your certificate is now ready. Anyone can verify your certificate because the certificate verification is given in the certificate. So remember, this certificate is ISO certified. Our free international webinar certificate is auto downloadable in PDF file. You don't need to download it manually, so check your device file manager. Sometimes it looks uncompleted, which is for your mobile screen size. And PDF file, everything's perfect. Next slide, please. Dear participants, if any problem raised to claim your certificate or any other issues, please don't be hesitate to contact us. So if you got a problem, just message us. Our core team members are always ready in comment section to support you to find solutions. Okay, here is our customer service representative. They are very active to answer all your queries regarding our certificates or any issues in our um, group or in our webinar series. Okay, we have Charis Abilijo Janet Cablao. They are the FB group representative. Cherilyn Yamaguchi, Jonas Malingin, Alonso Warren Carriaga. So again, they are the customer service or provide us or answer us in our FB page. So in YouTube channel, we have Kelvin Linatok, Joel Danoog, and Jeffrey Sayag. Okay, so here is our future webinars, and hoping you have this in your calendar, and that would be on October 1, the first webinar series entitled Authentic Assessment in Teaching and Learning. That's part 1. Speakers are coming from Indonesia and Philippines. And this is an evening session on October 2. Teaching English as Foreign Language and Assessment. This is part 1 of our webinar series 2. Speakers are coming from Indonesia. On October 3, Acing the New Normal in Education. Speakers are coming from the Philippines. This is the 203rd morning sessions that we have. Imagine we already have 203 webinar series. Okay, on October 3, Disaster Preparedness and Climate Change Adaptation. Speakers are coming from the Philippines. On October 4, this is the second part of our first webinar series of authentic assessment and teaching and learning. Speakers are coming from Indonesia and Bangladesh. On October 5, competency-based teachings. Speakers are coming from Philippines and India. On October 6, teaching English as foreign language and assessment part 2 of our second webinar series. And the speakers are coming from Indonesia. On October 7, this is the part 3 of our first webinar series. The speakers are coming from Indonesia and India. On October 8, strategies in competent-based curriculum. Speakers are coming from the Philippines. This is 209 webinars that we have. Okay, on October 9, 2021, implications of theories in reading to the teaching of reading. Speaker from Philippines. The only speaker for this seminar. Okay, on October 10, bringing character education in classroom. Speakers are coming from Philippines. This made our, okay, this is the 211 morning session webinar series. On October 10, the part 4 of our first webinar series. The speakers are coming from Indonesia. On October 11, digital classroom engagement tools with Ed Puzzle. This is the third webinar series that we have with a speaker from the Philippines. On October 12, again, the digital classroom. This is the part 3. No, it's part 2 of our third webinar series. Speakers are coming from the Philippines, and that's October 13. The part 3 of our third webinar series. So, okay, on October 14, digital classroom. This is the part 4 of our third webinar series. Speakers coming from the Philippines with Wakelet. So on October 15, the part 5 of our third webinar series entitled Digital Classroom Engagement Tools Overview, with the speakers are coming from the Philippines, because we all know that nowadays we are in the new normal. Online teaching, online class. Okay, on October 16, Artificial Intelligence in Education. Speaker is coming from Oman. On October 17, Becoming by Overcoming. Speakers are coming from United States. On October 18, Personality Traits and Technology Acceptance. Speakers are coming from Pakistan. On October 19, Subconscious Mind and Success. Speakers are coming from Philippines and India. Okay, on October 20, Teaching English as Foreign Language, Part 3 of our webinar. Speakers are coming from Indonesia, and this is the 222 International Free Webinar. Okay, so those are the upcoming webinars that we have, and hopefully you can join with us and continue to support with IGP. Okay, again, remember the code for today's webinar. with the code IGP0103. This code is required to get your certificate. Okay, dear knowledge seekers, I would love to thank you all from the deep of my heart for attending of our today's session. Hopefully, you learned something new and you will implement it in your life. Thank you so much to our guest speakers from Philippines and our pleasing viewers. Don't forget to collect your e-certificate from our website or by the link mentioned below after the session get over. Before we part goodbye, let me acknowledge my alluring, warm identities who was so patient and attentive throughout the session. First, we have listeners. I am grateful for you all from the bottom of my heart for taking part of today's session. I am confident and positive that you might learn something new in today's session, which of course you can be used in your life or in your career growth. So, to my worthy viewers, I would now request you all to please leave a review of today's session and also recommend in our page if you learned something from us and we were a little help to you all today, and also request the beautiful onlookers to spread the information to our friends and community. Again, I repeat, do not forget to collect your certificate with the given code and the link in our comment box. So after collecting your e-certificate, do not forget to celebrate with IGP by check-in because your check-in, we understand our service, your attachment, and pleasure. We hope to see you all again in upcoming webinar. Until then, thank you so much. So, wherever you go, no matter what the weather, always bring your own sunshine. So stay happy, stay safe. I am your host, Juliet Delatorre from Philippines, signing off. Bye bye.